Hello everyone, Jobexi here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Hearthstone, my special version of Road to Ranked, emphasis on special, where I play Ranked in Hearthstone. How about that? Never would have guessed. And... ooh, sorry, that must have been loud. And... what am I doing? I'm trying to get to rank 20. I've so far lost 2 out of 2. Exquisite record so far, I know.
Let the hunt begin.
Victory or yeah, so that's my goal. Make it to rank 20. Because if I try to make the legend rank, we'll be here all, well, to the end of the season. I still won't have it. So there you go. Why did I put this in here? I was told it was good. Yeah. I guess I'm okay with that choice. I've lived that choice. I better be okay with it. The real test of any choice is having to make the same choice again. Yes, I feel pretty good about that choice. I actually really like that card back. This one's good too. I don't know, I don't like the green. Meh. What the heck. I don't know, I think it's kind of like having card sleeves, you know? Card sleeves. So it is something that can be done in real life. So, Curse of Naxxramas is how I'm told it's pronounced. Don't yell at me if it's not pronounced that way or if you pronounce it differently. Curse of Naxxramas is supposed to come out soon, I guess, or in a month or so, hopefully.
Job's done.
I'm excited. First, I'm sorry, I'm yelling at the microphone. How loud can I get before it starts peaking? I don't think it did start peaking. It tastes pretty good. Sorry, I'm a little bit scatterbrained. Oh, has to be damage first. Actually, that plus enrage would be super.
The blade be thirsty. Job done.
Herpy derpy 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 derpy. Okay then. No, let's be honest. I'm usually silly. Yay! Saved me 4 damage. And Misha.
Don't mess with us.
Oh no, that could be detrimental to my health. Saved the day. Yeah, so let's try to make it to rank 20. I need to win 5 out of the next, well, I just need to win the next 5. Thank you. I just need to win the next 5. Or any 5, I suppose, because I'll keep going if I don't. And then, that's what I said. I said I'd probably go to the arena, so you can expect some arena episodes in the future. Let's talk about technology this episode. What kind of new technology are you interested in as people?
Try this.
What kind of technology do you like? What do you folks think about the Oculus Rift? Do any of you have an Oculus Rift, actually? For those of you who don't know and or have been living under a rock in the technology world, which is perfectly fine, you know, we can be hermits if we want. In the last time, the Oculus Rift is a virtual reality head-mounted display that has super duper low latency. That's the official term. No, it's not. I'm a dirty liar. Super duper low latency. Hey, quit that. I mean, I guess you can. Super duper low latency. And...
Watch this.
Sorry, I have to think for a second. Drawing 2 cards for 2.
Job's done.
Very well. This is probably going to be dealt with next turn. If it is, I can play Baron Geddon. If not, that's fine. I was thinking. Oh, Ocular Shift. Super duper low latency, head mounted display. Full 110, 115, 120 degree peripheral vision. And considering human peripheral vision isn't really that, it doesn't typically go too much further than that. I don't think it goes that far. I think it goes maybe to I think like 80, 70, I don't know. So you have more peripheral vision available than the human eye can actually perceive. Not a bad gig, if you ask me. It's supposed to be quite amazing. I haven't actually had an opportunity to play it because it's A, ridiculously expensive, and B, you can't outright buy it yet. It's still in DK2, which is Developers Kit 2. In any event, I've seen some other YouTubers who have been fortunate enough to get an Oculus Rift, play some of the games, and I'm really very excited. You know, virtual reality has been it's been around. Oh dear, here's a combo. Am I going to get dead? I take care of most of it with Baron Geddon, but I can't hit it. Yes, I can. Just not this turn. Can I last another turn? Yes, I can. Next turn, Ragnaros or Baron Geddon or Gore. I don't even know. I've got plenty of options. Virtual reality has been around for decades, like at least 3 decades at the time of this time of recording, maybe 4, depending. The trouble is, it's just not very good. It's widely been considered like a niche market. It's kind of like 3D. I mean, 3D is an old concept, and yet you see it resurfacing. I can attack with this, right? Yeah. And yet you see it resurfacing every so often. You know, kind of as a gimmick. I mean, with all these, you know, no offense if you've, no offense intended if you've genuinely enjoyed the 3D television experience, it's perfectly fine. If you do, it's just that it's not for everybody. And the reason it's not for everybody is that it's not really anything terribly innovational, which not everybody would agree with me necessarily, but I would certainly think that's a problem. You know, it's not a truly immersive experience. It makes you feel like you're there. And 3D is much older than virtual reality. I mean, Alfred Hitchcock used 3D. So, or 3D filming. The reason I say it's mostly gimmicky is because, you know, they just throw a bunch of things toward the screen and make you jump. I mean, I guess that's cool. What am I doing? Hitting for 7 and winning for 8. That's a good choice. So I have to pause and think sometimes.
Well played.
I do own that card. I'm gonna put that card in. So I mean, 3D is old. It's just that the media that are produced in 3D, in my opinion, are not yet up to the standard that they would have to be for me to go out and say, yes, let me go buy, you know, a ridiculously expensive 3D television. Now, I was originally talking about something, I'm sure. Yikes. I was originally talking about virtual reality, specifically the Oculus Rift. And the trouble with virtual reality all along the way, does anybody remember the Nintendo Virtual Boy? Yeah, that was a thing. The Nintendo Virtual Boy, I mean, it was just horrendous. It would give you headaches. The depth of field wasn't even that good. And it had to be in red for no other reason than that was the cheapest LED they could provide. If Nintendo threw a little bit more money at it, it would have been a more monumental failure, I suppose, but it would have been a better product. It still would have failed because the technology wasn't there. What I'm trying to get to in a long-winded roundabout way is, it seems this time, I don't know, I haven't tried it. This is based entirely on, you know, reading what other people have to say about it, which, you know, take that for what you will. From what I hear, this time they've gotten it right, and
Job's done.
a lot of times you get hype, and then when the product is actually released, it's kind of like, we'll kind of just not talk about it, we'll just kind of sweep it under the rug. But this one, really a mirror match? Oh, okay, really a mirror match. But this time, the product came, I mean, it had super duper hype. The product came out, and the hype didn't die. And if anything, it increased once people started experiencing it. So if there are still some games and demos and otherwise experiences that are definitely gimmicky, like unto the 3D TV world. There are definite gimmicks, you know, at play here. There are definite gimmicks at play here. It's just not pervasive. There are a lot of genuinely high quality content items being released and promised also to be released for the Oculus Rift, and it looks like this time around for virtual reality might be the time. I myself am extremely excited about it. As soon as a consumer model, and this is basically only due to financial constraints at this time, as soon as the consumer model comes out, I am going to jump on that so fast it won't even know what hit it. Because I am just so hype. I am so hype. I really think this is going to be a winner. And if not, you know, well, I'm only out a couple $100. I have made worse decisions in my past. So, if the worst case is I'm just out a couple bucks, or a couple $100, yeah, that's not too bad for a chance at a really good experience. Now, here's the thing. The question is, how immersed do you want to be? Because they also have things like the Razer Hydra, if I could speak. You know, my mouth doesn't always have to work.
What?
Ooh, basic card back, nice. The Razer Hydra, which, are you going to do the same thing as me? You pop out a flame tongue. You want to do it? You're thinking about it.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
The Razor Hydra. Which is basically two little... Actually, hold on about that. Uno moment. Right, one for you. One for you.
I thank you.
I was saying something. Oculus Rift. No, Razor Hydra. Two little handheld. It's like the nunchuck and the Wiimote type thing, but it's like two nunchucks. And it can sense where your hands are. And for some games, that might be a really cool experience. Also, there was the virtual reality tracking ball. That's not what it's called. I'm just being silly. It's like a giant hamster ball that you climb into. With the Oculus Rift, suddenly that becomes a lot more viable than oh, that's gonna die. It's okay, so is his. I think. Yeah, it is. I'm gonna wait for the full set. I'll wait for the full set. I hope I actually get it. It's a risk. It's absolutely a risk. I guess it's not technically a full set because of the mana totem. I'm thinking of something. I guess it might be cool. No. I moved on from that. I was on the hamster ball. Suddenly that's viable now that you have the Oculus Rift. It doesn't mean that all games are best played in there, but it could be viable. I also saw a prototype of a single-handed controller with which you would be able to control with your thumb 4 buttons and a joystick, just with your thumb. I think that's a really cool concept. Okay, that's a full set. Let's buff these guys up. Let's buff this one. Heal it up. Okay, I'm glad I waited. This one's looking like my game too. The game is young yet though. I definitely don't want to play Baron-Geddon because I got a bunch of dudes. Yeah, so there are lots of options in the realm of virtual reality suddenly coming out. Sony also is releasing their version of virtual reality, and what I'm about to say may sound kind of anti-Sony. I'm not anti-Sony. I'm definitely not a Sony fanboy, but I'm not anti-Sony. Their business model, I'll say it this way, their business model seems to be one where I'll play this card. Their business model seems to be one where hold on, give me a second to think.
Job's done.
Their business model seems to be one where they pick something that somebody else is doing and they also do it. And not necessarily better. Now, the only instance that was a good play.
Is well
The only instance I can think of where they were actually preeminent before something was Connect. Yeah, Sony Connect. PlayStation 2 iToy. It wasn't very good. In fact, it was kind of terrible. But it was the focal point, you might say, that allowed things like the Microsoft Kinect to actually happen and become a thing. So I really want to kill those two things just for this purpose of...
Well played.
Thank you. Yes, it was really things like the PlayStation 2 iToy that allowed the Microsoft Kinect to become what it was. The technology allowed it to become what it was, but the iToy gave the idea. That is the one time that I can... I can see Sony being preeminent in a situation. Other times they were not. What is it, PlayStation Move? Like waving around a glowing ice cream. Like, really? Like, who? I'm an owl now, see? Who thought that was a good idea? I want names. Because, like, I think I win this. I'm just not sure that I win this. I don't win this. What am I smoking? I'm not smoking anything else. Don't smoke kids. Bad for your health.
Elements guide me.
I feel like that was a good play. Oh, that was definitely
Elements
a good play.
guide me.
Could have hit for at least 3. 8, 5. That's enough. I die. Dang it.
You shall not pass.
Behold the might
Means
of
I made another
small
further
wind.
bad play. Bummer. Yeah, the Sony move. Really, it blatantly, not even trying to hide it, blatantly ripping off of the Nintendo Wii. For absolutely no good reason. There's no good reason to blatantly rip off the Nintendo Wii. Say, hey, Nintendo, you did a good job. I'm gonna let you keep that market. Like, concede defeat, because you were not sufficiently innovative. Okay. Next thing. Suddenly Oculus Rift comes out. PlayStation's like, Sony's like, hey, we could jump in on that market. And they're like, yeah, let's do that. And I haven't heard a thing since. They were like, yeah, let's do things. One of the reasons I think PlayStation probably jumped out, not necessarily that they jumped out, but they haven't been hyping it as much. They may have jumped out for the purpose of I don't like that card. Excuse me, for the purpose of saving money once they know that it's doomed to failure. They once Facebook bought Oculus Rift, I mean, was it $1 billion? $2 billion is that's a little bit of a lot of money, you know. And with that kind of power behind you, that's going to kill you. With that kind of power behind you, I mean, it was a poor choice. That's an interesting choice. Guess so, sir.
Mind if I
Get in there,
roll?
maggot.
$2 billion is a lot of money. Interestingly, it doesn't seem to be as much money as Mark Zuckerberg thought it would be in a recent article I read. He seems to be having some second thoughts about
Mind if I roll?
not necessarily second thoughts about investing, but having invested rather. But I don't think he realized how. I don't think he realized that $2 billion can't get you as far in the hardware world as it can get you in the software world. It just can't get you there as fast. I mean, because Facebook really does software. In any event, I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on an Oculus Rift. I think it's going to be an excellent opportunity, and I'm really looking forward to it. The first time the opportunity actually decides to arise. So it shall be good, I am sure. Yep. So that's that. So yeah, leave me comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your thoughts are on the Oculus Rift and VR in general. Do you think Sony is not playing around? Do you think they're actually going to come up with something worthwhile? I mean, I was changing my tone based on that. Ooh. Yeah, do you think they're actually going to come up with something worthwhile? I mean, it's a viable option, I suppose. I think I win. Yeah, so, leave some comments, let me know what you think. This is going to have to be the end of this episode because this one's lasting longer. This is going to be more episodes than I thought because I tend to ramble. So, thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the comments.